do you think? I know, Daddy made breakfast today. It's kind of weird. Smells good. Want to eat it? All right. Hello. How's everybody doing out there? We got another video to make. Huh, Robin? Today we're going to talk about, well, cultural humility and cultural intelligence, okay? In a time where apathy runs the world, we as teachers must deploy a radical empathy towards each and every one of our students, regardless of what they may or may not agree with us on. It is our job to find common ground within our classroom for all students to build a foundation upon where we can have a unified space for learning, okay? Now, you may have heard the old saying that variety is the spice of life. This is originally a French saying. But I may want to suggest an update on that saying, Robin. Diversity is the spark of light. Each American classroom is a culturally diverse grouping of different people with different opinions, different perspectives, different upbringings, and different values, different cultures. Need some water? No? Okay. We as teachers are, well, we're like band directors. It is our job to take this group of many different instruments and sounds, all with unique voices, and conduct them as one grand orchestra so that we can make a unified piece of beautiful music together as one sound. Recognizing and promoting inclusive cultural diversity within our classroom allows for cultural pluralism, which makes for a society that embraces cultural variety within a shared national identity. Cultural humility is a quality that helps us teachers be aware of our own culture, recognize the limitations of our own understandings, and be open to learning from people from other cultures. This style of pedagogy is in stark contrast to stereotyping or pre-programmed assumptions regarding people groups. No person or people group is less than any other. Having this narrow-minded thinking where you think you're better than another person or another people group, well, that creates hate, anger, pain, and division. And we've seen that in the modern age here in America. We've seen a lot of racism and hate and pain. A culturally responsive pedagogy will focus on three guiding principles, which are caring relationships. Caring relationships create a safe and positive environment for students to share their stories. They also involve high expectations, authentic support, and commitment to addressing injustices inside and outside of school. Then we have asset-based pedagogy. This is in contrast to any deficit-based perspectives. You see, this approach assumes that the differences between us and other people groups within our classroom are not deficiencies. This pedagogy takes into consideration how community, cultural wealth, or funds of knowledge can be built on to promote students' academic learning. And finally, we have collaboration with families and communities. In a school-family community partnership, all members of the community recognize changing family needs in order to raise children in an environment that provides the conditions for health, safety, and learning. We are to establish an authentic relationship. Robin, we are to establish an authentic relationship where parents are viewed as the experts on theirs and their children's lived experiences. This includes the use of translation and interpreting services when needed, and engaging in bi-directional or both-way rather than unidirectional or one-way communication. This approach recognizes the extraordinary assets and funds of knowledge that families bring to the schools and fully embraces those families and the assets they bring to bring more diversity and a deeper well of knowledge for the whole community to benefit from. Little Rennie, I have one final thought as I wrap up this video. Less than 100 years ago, our beautiful country was still a place of segregation. This is a reminder that injustice is a stubborn beast who, even now, still clings on and is very much alive. The fight for equality is not over yet. In the modern day, here in America, we don't have to fight for our constitutional rights and face the backlash of a community that isn't ready for change. But Sylvia Mendez did. Her family fought a long and costly fight in court. It was a fight against segregation in schools here in California. Mendez versus Westminster is a historic and groundbreaking case that I highly recommend that you research on your own and learn more about. The Mendez family made civil rights history, though even after the battle had ended and the prize had been won, little Sylvia Mendez still faced discrimination. And from the mouth of a classmate, she was ridiculed and came face to face with her otherness, affecting her identity and image of self-worth. One day, in her new integrated school, a white boy told Sylvia, "What are you doing here? You shouldn't even be here." And little Sylvia started to cry. When she got home that afternoon, she told her mother, "I'm not going back to that school. They don't want us in that school." So let us do better. Let us be better than the bigots of the past. And remember, empathy creates spaces for selflessness and inclusion, but apathy creates spaces for selfishness and division. Well, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.